CrossFit. You see it on TV with the CrossFit games. You also see it in meme form because there's memes aplenty, let me tell you what. But you also see these ripped individuals, extremely athletic, doing these incredible feats, and you wonder, can I ever get to that point? And some people are extremely motivated to get to that point, and some people are just trying to find that motivation to get off the couch. So as you sit there and try to make a decision, should I do CrossFit or not? Let me give you 5 reasons as to why you should avoid CrossFit. And the number 5 reason is, folks, the fact that the injury risk is so real. The fact that so many people fled these CrossFit gyms, and there's so many people compared to how many coaches there actually are. The coaches aren't there to watch every single one of your reps. So while your form starts to slip and you keep pushing onward, especially if it's a partner WOD day or something like that, people are relying on you. You're competing against yourself. You're competing against others. You're competing against other teams even potentially that day. You are continually pushing. Your form is slipping, and then you slip a disc. You tear a pec. You tear a bicep. You tear something. You mess up your shoulder. You mess up your wrist. And why? Because your form has not been perfected yet, and you're doing these Olympic lifts for high volume for time, and now you're injured. Now what? Do you push through it, or do you just quit? But this is something that you could have avoided if you would have avoided CrossFit altogether and just gone to a normal gym and just did a normal lifting routine. And the next reason is, simply put, form, folks. Form is a bad thing a lot of the time with CrossFit. Just watch the CrossFit games and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, mind you, if you learn, then you'll achieve and you will be great at anything that you do. But a lot of the time, the coaches don't have enough time to individually coach you on your form to the degree that you need, because the boxes are so full. So if you're in a CrossFit gym and you have your teammates, you have a couple of coaches, you have people cheering you on, there's a higher risk of injury and a higher risk that you're probably not going to be doing it correctly for a long time, and you're going to hurt your back and hurt different body parts because your form is off, especially when you're fatigued, especially when you're going through the ringer and then you run 400 meters and then you got to come back and you got to deadlift your body weight 12 times and then you got to do 12 burpees and you got to do crazy stuff. Of course your form's going to slip because your body's fatigued. Your mind's not even mentally prepared to do things correctly. If you are a seasoned vet, yet alone somebody that just got off the couch and is trying to do this for the first time ever. So if you don't want to end up in the hospital bed, just go to a normal gym and learn good form and avoid CrossFit. And the next reason, simply put, is CrossFit is hard. It's not a walk in the park. Now, mind you, they'll dub things down for you if you're a beginner. They'll make things a little bit easier for you if you are physically unable to perform a certain movement. But it is hard. You will literally lay there and contemplate your life afterwards and think, why am I doing this to myself? It's not going to forever be something that's going to get you up out of bed every morning. You know what? I'm sure there's a small percentage of people in this world that it is something that gets them up out of bed every morning. But I want you to realize that that is not the norm. CrossFit sucks. CrossFit is hard. CrossFit will push you to the point of mental exhaustion, to a place that you've never been before, a deep, dark place that you just will contemplate giving up completely, entirely. You will look at those workouts and you're just like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to skip that day. I'm going to skip that day because you know what? I'm not really down for running right now. I'm really not down running an 800-meter run after I deadlift 12 reps of 225. You know, some days you're just not going to be down for that. But simply put, CrossFit's hard. The next reason to avoid CrossFit at all costs is the cost, because upwards of $100 will tell you that this is a very inexpensive hobby, to say the very least. $100 to $200 just for 1 month of CrossFit. How many times are you actually going? Because you still got to buy the shoes, still got to buy the knee sleeves, the wrist wraps, the jump ropes, you name it, the little accessories to make yourself stand out, you know, to quote unquote prevent your injury and to perform CrossFit at a higher level, you need these shoes, because guess what? You're going to be deadlifting, you're going to be squatting, you're going to be running. You need these knee sleeves because you're going to be doing those Olympic lifts. You need those wrist wraps because you need to protect your wrist. You need a jump rope custom so that you can actually perform a jump rope at a good rate. Now, a lot of gyms have jump ropes, but it's good to have your own so that you can actually practice and get better at it, especially if you suck. But the price tag for getting all this stuff, it's not cheap, folks. It's seriously not cheap. So a reason to avoid CrossFit is to avoid all the money that you got to pony over just to be a part of it. And the final thing is, it simply might not be for you. Considering the kind of training that it is, unless you're trying to build your endurance for a sport, for the military, for the police academy, if you're an average Joe just getting off the couch, just wanting to do something different with your life and burn a few calories, lose a few pounds, I mean, I don't know why you would honestly do it. Maybe you're trying to get in with a group of people, maybe you want to do it with a couple, like kind of thing. I don't really know your reasoning, but the fact that it is so daggone expensive, the fact that it is incredibly hard, the injury risk is through the roof. For a normal person that just needs to lose weight, just wants to stay fit, maybe just wants to save a little bit of dough, this might not be your forte. So for these reasons, and many more I'm sure, please comment them down below. This is why you should avoid CrossFit. If you agree or disagree, please comment that down below. Let's have a conversation. This video is not made to hate on CrossFit, just literally giving you 5 reasons to avoid it if you are looking for them. But like and subscribe. This is Woo Fit.